Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, teacher Eva. Good afternoon, teacher Mayra. I'm going to present my final project about CLIL and new technologies. This project is about geology, designed for IB diploma program for year 1 student. The unit is titled Reading the Earth's Geological Hazard and is going to be in a last 3 60-minute session and integrates CLIL methodology with ICT through a WebQuest as the main component. The core idea is that the student learn geology content, especially plate tectonics and hazard, while also developing academic English skills, inquiry, and digital competence. I chose this topic because I'm a geological engineer as a profession. I'm doing this master because I'm very interested in the international education. I want to be involved in the international education of my kids. That's why I decided to do this master. I'm becoming an educator like both of you. Students constantly hear about earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and tsunamis in the news, but they don't always understand the scientific causes or why some countries are more vulnerable than others. This unit connects science to real life and promotes global awareness. Students learn that hazards are natural, but risk and impact depend on level of preparedness, infrastructure, and social factors. At the end, the students create a final digital product. It could be an infographic, podcast, video, timeline, or presentation. A short presentation in Proton or similar. The presentation also could be in Canva, where they explain one hazard linked into plate boundaries, proposed mitigation strategies. So the project combines scientific explanation, critical thinking, and communication. To talk about CLIL framework, the content focus on is gonna be in the plate tectonics theory, types of plate boundaries, divergence, convergence, subsume, transform, and how they create hazards like earthquakes, volcanoes, and tsunamis. Students also work with the real case studies such as Japan, Chile, Indonesia, or Iceland. The communication, the language is planned explicit using polytryptic language of for or through learning. Student practice academic functions like defining terms, describing processes, and explaining causes affect relationships. The cognition is going to follow Blossom taxonomy, starting with remembering and understanding basic concepts, like moving to analysis, comparing case studies, and ending with the creation, the final product, and evaluation. The cultural dimension is addressed by comparing how different regions respond to hazard and discussing inequality. Why do similar squares lead to very different outcomes of different countries? This builds empathy and global citizens. The process of this project is going to follow a WebQuest methodology and discovery-based learning as required for the ICT component. The WebQuest is created in Genially. I'm using Genially to present this presentation. Or a student also can use Google Site. You have to include introduction, task, process, resources, evaluation, and conclusion. My lesson plan is designed by 3 sections. The section 1 is going to be the investigation, section 2 is going to be organize and plan, and the section 3 is the creation. To talk about the session 1 is input plus language scaffolding. We start with the shorthood, recent squares, and volcano news. Here, like plate tectonics, some concepts, plate boundaries, geological hazards, and also some examples about the real life. The kids have to take note using keywords and short explanations. Okay. In the session 2 is going to be the organization. The session 2 is research and WebQuest inquire. The student listen to the notebook, LM podcast, and analyze the mind map. This is the mind map that I generate by Canva. They have to work in groups or individually if they prefer. They collect evidence and plan the structure of their digital products. I support with sentence start and vocabulary banks. In the session 3 is going to be the creation. They have to design the digital product using the tool that they prefer. They can use Canva, all the tools that I provide for them, like Genially, prompt. They have to be created and accurate, transform information into visual, audio, or interaction. Or, as I mentioned before, they have to work individually or in group. Also, they use peer feedback and the rubric to improve it. Here is
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah, this is unusual for us.
Our source material isn't a big new book or some investigative piece. It's actually...
This is a podcast that I generate by Notebook LM. I'm so impressed about these apps because I have a long time that I'm not working. I was working as a learning assistant in SEC International School, Qatar. And now that I'm doing this master, is like my mind is like, oh my God, there are a lot of tools that we can use to educate people. And also we can save time and provide them good resources to study. The resources is the teacher. I will provide some text and summarize Notebook LM, diagrams, visual and videos included in this WebQuest, vocabulary list. This is a video that I also generate by Notebook LM.
All right, today we're going to take a look at a lesson plan that, well, it might just be a blueprint for the future of education. It's a story about making geology, one of the oldest sciences out there, feel urgent.
And after I upload here by YouTube. To continue with the presentation, is going to be the evaluation. The evaluation work by assessed based on content knowledge, language use, CLIL, digital product and ICT use, collaboration and inquiry, AI generate interactive rubric, and the total score is going to be maximum 10 points. So at the end, I create this question for my student to know their feedback about the lesson. is what the geology help you understand about real world risk. Here there are three answers. They need to read the answer, think about it if they learn clearly or not, and choose one. When they choose one, the answer is gonna appear correct or not. The conclusion and reflection for this lesson is gonna be about three questions. Is what did you learn about geological hazard? Did digital tools help you learning? What was challenging? And what would you improve next time? In this term of reflection, this unit balances structure and creativity. It gives a student a clear process, but the final product allows personalization and authentic communication. After implementation, I will collect student feedback on clarity of instruction, difficulty of language, usefulness of digital tools, and how confident they felt explaining scientific concepts in English. Based on this feedback, I will adjust timing, improve scaffolding, and refine resources. This unit integrates geology content, language development, higher order thinking, and culture. And it meets the ICT requirement through a structured WebQuest and mandatory AI tools. This is a phrase or a quote that I would like to share with them. You are thinking like a geoscientist. You are thinking like a geoscientist. Here, this is me in this picture when I was working in Venezuela in an oil company as engineer. Thank you for listening.